Okay, in the next section, I'm going to discuss about inheritance. And there are three topics that we can learn. The first is about include, and then extends, and then we will take a look about block. Basically, block will be in the extend. So yeah, we will learn both of them at the same time. We call it the template inheritance. So this template inheritance aims to organize the template professionally. So the concept is the same as the inheritance in the OOP. So if you know about the object-oriented programming, yeah, if you learn Python with the object-oriented programming, then you can understand easily about this one. But it is a little bit different in a way that this is more about the HTML. So it utilizes three basic commands: include, extend, and block. Okay, so what are they? Let's take a look one by one. As you may know that we will use the curly braces. So double curly braces for the expression or to call variable. We need to use the curly braces with percent. It is to call the statement, to call the control flow, like if, for, and now we have include. Okay, we need to use include in our statement if we want to copy the share file in the current file. What does it mean, copy? So I think let's take a look based on the example. Okay, in the example, I'm going to use a new directory name. The directory name will be new template. Okay. So in many literatures, in many books, whenever you create the HTML file, they will use the name template. But actually, we can change the directory name. Now, let me change the name into new template. And this directory, it is the place to save the HTML files. Okay. Now, for this example, I'm going to use home.html. It will be used for the main HTML. And then I'm going to create another HTML header and footer. And those two files will be copied into the home.html. So the structure will be like this one. We have a project, and then let's create main2.py. And then let's create a new directory, which is new template. And then inside the new template, you will have three files of HTML. So we have home, we have header, and we have footer. Okay, let's design this one. So I'm going to create the main.py, main2.py. Okay, so this is main2.py. And then I'm going to create a new directory, which is, yeah, I think you know now, we want to create a new directory, and then let's make the new directory as new template. As I put in the structure, in the new template, you will have home.html, header.html, and then footer.html. So let's put all of them in the new template directory. Let's create a new file, home.html, header.html, and then footer.html. So on the left panel, at least you can main2.py, this is for our second part of this lecture. And then there are 3 HTML files. Okay. For the first, we need to set up the main.py. In this case, I'm using the main2.py. Let's copy and paste this one. In the main2.py, this is the file. Now, if you take a look on the code, the first line is the same. We are just getting the FAST API and requests. And then for the template, we are using the Jinja 2 templates. And then we create an object, which is app from the FAST API. Now, we can design where the HTML files are located. In this section, I'm going to use new template. Then this new template refers to the directory that I just created, which is new template. So the directory name, you can just change to new template. We are going to use these templates because whenever we open the server, so the server will check what is this one. Okay, this one refers to this function, and this function will run from the templates. So the templates is given here, and we are going to response. Okay, the response will be from the request, and then call the home.html, and then check only one variable, which is name, and the value is health. Now, after I have the main2.py, let's design the HTML file. For this HTML file, as I mentioned to you, there are 3 HTML files. We have the header, home, and footer. Just for simplicity, I'm eliminating the head and body. So I'm just using header for the header.html. I'm just using the footer for the footer.html. And I'm using the include inside the home.html. Okay, now let's copy and paste those 3 code. For the header.html, I will put it into the header.html. Okay, so the files will be like this. For the home.html, I'm going to put here, and then we can have this one. And for the footer.html, we are using the footer and like this one. Okay. So if you finish, let's run. Before you run, now you need to set up the environment. At this environment, if you go to this dot, okay. So in the upper side, okay, you can see the 3 dot here. If you click this one, and then you click the edit, I think in the Korean 편집. So you can see now the application for this FAST API will run based on the main.py. I designed main2.py. So I designed main2.py. So you can change this one into main2.py. Okay, so one more time. The application file, you can change the file name. So if your file in the server is main.py, then you can just skip the name main.py. But if your server file is changing, here I change to main2.py, then it means you need to change also the server main file. Originally it is main, but now I change to main2.py. After you change this environment, or we call this is the configurations, just click OK and then run again. So you can see here, now Python execute the main2 app. So Python run the main2.py, not the main.py, but it executes main2.py. This is very important, okay? Because I'm going to use different main file, but maybe on your exam, when I ask you to design this kind of code, please just use only one, okay? Because if you use several main file, maybe it will make you confused. This is just for practice. I separate the main file. It is for your study in the later part. Now let me run the code. So the result will be like this one. So what does it mean? If you pay attention on the design, this is the header. Okay. This is the footer. And this is in the home. So you can take a look on the code. In the home, we have welcome to the course. We have include. Here we include header.html. After we include the header.html, we print welcome to the course. And then after we print welcome to the course, we want to include footer.html. So the home.html, it is only the place when you want to call from the main2.py. Here, whenever you call the server, you will call home.html. So the home.html is the main. And in this case, we are going to run this one. Now I'm calling the header.html. So header.html, this is the header, and it shows Fast API course, and we have the heading 1. So you can design any header. Let's say I'm using another example. This is the first course for information system development, for example, like this one. Okay. Then once you design this, okay, then I will see the result like this one. So whenever you modify the HTML file, so you don't need to modify in one file. You can modify in different files. Let's say the header is only for the heading style. So you can just modify this one. So you don't need to modify all the things in the home. And also footer. Usually at the footer section, you have kind of information. For example, you can contact the person, or you can have some mapping for the website. Okay, then you can just put this one as the footer because it will be fixed. So if you go to our site, our university site, So this is the header. Whenever you design the header, you can just put the header.html. And then this is the main. This is the main. And then at the end, you will see the footer. So this is the footer. Whenever you design a website, you can just put the footer remaining the same. You don't need to change a lot, but you need to change maybe the main and the header. That's why we can split the page into several pages and we can use include. So that's the purpose of using include. Okay. Now, there is another inheritance, we call it extends. So in the extends, something wrong with this one. So sorry, I think this is not useful. Okay, let me delete this one. So extends aims to use the files as the master layout. So we have again using the curly braces with the percentage, and we use the extends in the we use the extend in the main, but sorry, it seems sorry, maybe this definition is not correct. Let me fix it later. So we are still using the new template. And now we have the home and footer. Maybe, let me check. I'm sorry. So we need to use base and home, not home and footer. Okay, so we need to use base and home. And then we put the main2.py. Yeah, there are so many typos for this one. I will fix it later, and then I will upload again the new one, the new version. So let me just keep the main2.py. And then for this template, I'm going to use home and base. Now, let's check the main2.py. In this case, the Python file will be the same. So now I'm not going to discuss any changes on the Python file, but the changes will take place on the HTML file. Okay. Now let's deal with the HTML file. I'm going to use base and home.html. Okay, I'm going to create base.html, and this is the file. In the new template, I'm going to create a new HTML file. We call it base.html. And this is the file. And then I'm going to have a new home.html. So the new home.html will be this one. Please modify the home.html. And then let's check the result. So we can see this result, and then why this result happens. We'll take a look one by one. Let's go from the home.html. In the home.html, we have extends. Okay, we have extends. So the meaning by extends, we are using the base.html as the master layout. What is base.html? So we go to the base.html and then, okay, this is the base.html. In the base.html, we have the HTML, we have head and the title. Okay, now you can see we have block. So this block refers to the title, and then you can see here it is using the percent with the curly braces. Then this is another kind of statement. This is another kind of statement that we need to check. What is this statement? This statement is about the title. And then let's go into the header. Okay, the header file is only a text, REST API website. Now let's go to the main. In the main, we have another block. Okay, we have another block in the statement. And then the name of this block is content. And then we will end the block. At first, we have also the block here. Maybe for the easy understanding. Okay. We have the block title, and then we have the end block. We have the block content, and then we have the end block. And for the footer, we use include. The footer, we will include footer.html. Okay. Now, let's see. Let's get back to the home.html. We are going to extend the base.html. And from the base.html, we saw there are two blocks. What are they? We have the block title and we have the block content. Okay, now let's get back to the base. In the base, we can see the block title and the block content. In this block, we just say that every time you want to design on this block, call the block. Whenever you want to design in this block, call the block. Okay. Now, the design of this block will be at the home. Okay, so the design here is in the home, and I will just put home page. Now, let's take a look. The title here is home page. Okay, you can see here. Can you see the title? Okay, the title here is home page because we define the title is home page. So if I change this one, the first home page. Okay. Then it will show the first home page. This one, the first home page will appear at the top of the tab. Okay. So how can this statement knows about this one? Because we are using the block title. So the block title, where is the block title? The block title was on the base.html. The block title is here. It is in the title section of the base. So we are actually extending the base.html. So we are using this master HTML. Because this is the master. And whenever we want to fill in the content, we use home.html. That's why we call it extends. Now, the next block is the content. So where is the content? If you go back to the base.html, this is the content. Okay, the content means I want to put hello, and I call the name, which is Huff, and then I'm printing this page inherits the base templates. So if you look at the result, hello, Huff. So this is from the home.html. This page inherits the base template. So you can see from the home.html. And actually we want to put it into the layout that you already defined in the base.html. Okay, so you have this one, the block content, and this block content is more on the home.html. The last one, we include the footer. So what is footer? The one that we designed before, footer, is just to show the contact IME hub. Then we will see the result like this on contact IME hub. Then in this section, you want to extend the page. It means that is the master layout. And this is to fill in the content on the master layout. And some of the master layout will include the other HTML file. Okay. So I hope that you understand the difference between extend and include. Now, let's make something more complicated. Okay. And this will be the project structure. So we are going to make another Python file. The name is main3.py. And then let's make another directory, complete. And then in this directory, we will have base.html, home, content1, content2, header, and footer. Okay. So later on, when you do the theme project, I guess you will have the same. So there will be a lot of HTML file. You can fill in those HTML file with your content. Now let's take a look how we design this one. Let's create the main3.py. Let's create main3.py. In the main3.py, I'm using the same fast API and requests. Actually, it is the same. The previous one, we just can also use the responses for the HTML response, and I'm using the Jinja. And for this one, I'm referring to another new template. The name of the template is complete. Okay. And I'm designing three kind of path. The first path is empty. So it means there is no link or there is no particular string characters. The second link has content 1. So the first link, it is empty, and we have the home.html, and then the context here is empty. So it means I have no data. Okay. So let's start with no data. And then the second link, it will go to the content one, and then I want to call the content one.html. And then the last one, I want to call the content2, content2.html. So let me make a new template. So I will make a new directory. So the directory name will be complete. Okay, there will be a new directory. The directory name is complete. Inside the complete directory, there will be base, home, content1, content2, header, and footer. So I will make base.html, home.html, content1.html, content2.html, and then header.html, and then footer.html. Okay. So we have 6 HTML files. So this is the main3.py. We are setting up the templates into the folder or directory complete. Now let's do this one by one. Okay. The first is the base.html. So I will explain later. The base.html, let's copy the file from the PowerPoint and paste into the code in the PyCharm. The second one is home.html. Okay, we call this home. And then let's go to home.html and replace the code like this one. The next is header and footer. Okay. For the header, okay, you can copy this one into the header. And then you have the footer, copy this one into the footer. Okay. And then the last one, you have the content one, copy this to the content one. And you have the content two. So everything already there. Now you can see this is the result. Okay, let's check. Before you run the code, as I mentioned to you, now I'm using the main3.py. So let's edit the configuration, and let's change this one to main3.py. So if I run this, now this is a kind of website. Okay. So this is the Fast API plus Jinja website. If you click home, then you will see your home page. If you click content, you will see the content one. If you see content two, then this is the content two. Okay. The header will be the same. The footer will be the same. But now the home, the content one, the content two will be different. So this will be the content, which is from home, or content one or content two. This will be the header, and this is the footer. Okay. This is from the home. This is from the content 1. And this is from content 2. And overview for all those things, it will be on the base.html. So the base will be the master layout for all these things. Now let's take a look one by one from the code. Let's go to the home. In the home, we have the extents. We are going to extend from the base.html. So we are going to extend from the base.html. And we have two blocks. The first block is title, and the second block is content. When it is the block title, let's write home. If it is the content, then say that this is the home page, and then write welcome to the home page. This page uses the same header and footer as the other page. Then you will see like this one. Then if you click home, then you can see this is the home, and then this is the content. Now the question is, where is this one and where is this one? Now let's take a look on the base.html. On the base.html, this is the base, and in the base you will see my Fast API website. My Fast API website. Is it appear in this? Actually, nothing. So this one will not work because it is always be replaced with the existing code from the home, from the content 1, and from the content 2. So we call there is an overlapping. Okay. Here is the style. So last time we learned about the styles. So you can see the body, we will use the font Arial, and the type is sans serif, and also the margin is 0, padding is 0. The header and the footer, we'll use the background color, this one. Maybe this background color is gray, something. And the padding is 15 pixel, and the text alignment is center. For the main, you will use the padding 20 pixel. Yes, this is the style. Now we have the body. Inside the body, at the first part, let's include header.html. So where is the header? This is the header. So the header.html contains of the heading 1, which is Fast API plus Jinja website. And then there is a navigation. The navigation will give you 3 kinds of link. The first link is going to home. The second link going to content 1, and the third link going to content 2. So what is content 1? What is content 2? Here, by the definition, it is based on the app that you created. So this is the content 1 that you created on the server, and this is the content 2 that you created on the server. So you can just call from the header section. Now let's get back to the base. After you include the header.html, now on the main section, I have block content. So the block content here, if I call the home, the block content will be this one. And then let's get back to the base. At the end, we will include footer.html. So footer.html is this one. We can see copyright Fast API course. Okay, so copyright Fast API course. Now, where is the content 1 and content 2? So if you look at the content 1, the idea is the same. So we are extending the base.html. We use the same layout based on the base.html, and we just change the block title and we just change the content. Now the content is content 1. This is the first content page, and you can check the difference with other pages. When you go to the content 2, same. We are extending the base.html, and then for the block title, it is content 2, and then we have the block content, and the block content will be filled with this one, content 2. This is the second content page, and the layout is still inherits from the base.html. So using this idea, we can use the many page. We have only one page. We have many pages only on the content, but the header and the footer will be the same all the time. We just need to change the content, whether it is the first content or home or content 2. And we can combine the extend and include, including the block. So we can have the block title, we can have block content. Actually, we can also use another kind of block. For example, we can use the block footer, we can use block script, and etc. Okay, so this is the result. If you are using the home.html, you will see the home page. If you are using the content1.html, you can see the content 1. If you click on the content 2, then you will see this content. But the header and the footer, header and footer, they remain the same. And this is the combination of include, extend, and block. Okay. Okay, so any questions? No. Okay, let's